This is a Marvel Rivals controller settings guide to help you find the best settings available. So whether you're a main character DPS player, a much needed healer, or a tank named Hank, this guide is for you. We'll even come complete with a crosshair guide, so you can fully customize and fine-tune that crosshair of yours. And then you'll want to stay to the end, because we have a setting out there for you web slingers that you 100% have to change. So let's get started. We want to open up to our main menu and then go into settings. Under controller and then combat, I have both my vertical and horizontal sensitivity at 175. And you can always have this higher or lower depending on what you need. But being able to have those quick precise movements really helps when Iron Fist or Black Panther is trying to hit it from the back. You can quickly turn around and give him justice. Now we're going to open up the advanced tab. Here we're going to keep this on linear curve. This makes it so that the speed of the cursor is linear, meaning that it will be a smooth pan. If you set it to exponential curve, as you tilt your stick, it'll start slow and then go fast. You'll have more precise aim with that linear curve. We want to keep our minimum input dead zone at 0 and the maximum input dead zone at 1. This will help you to get that precise aiming. But if your stick drift is pretty bad, you might have to bump it up a bit. We're putting these next two settings at 15 and 30. This is going to help you with those quick turnarounds. So when Iron Fist is trying to hit it from the back, you can turn around and hit it like that. I don't know anybody that swaps their right and left sticks or inverts their look, so we're going to leave those settings alone. We're keeping aim assist at 100, but the aim assist window size will stay at 50. The aim assist is kind of like a bubble around your target, and you might not be able to see it in this video, but there's a point where you can see it kind of get sticky. So you want that perfect aim assist window. This will help you not overshoot your shot or not get into your target enough. This will help you ease into where you want to hit. We'll leave the next three aim assist on default, so 80, 40, and 0. You can feel free to play around with these settings, but I didn't feel a significant difference in my aiming with these. So that covers the controller settings. So now we'll get into crosshair configuration. We'll start with the default crosshair, and under reticle type, you have a few options to choose from. The default and circle crosshair are exactly the same, and if they're not, I may need some glasses. You also have the crosshairs, so you have the cross with the dot in the middle. You can just choose dot, which will give you the sleekest look, and then the last one is kind of a combination of all of them. We'll go ahead and customize the dot version. So once you choose a reticle type, you can open up this advanced menu. You have the option to turn your reticle animation off, which I like to do. It's a little bit less distracting when you hit your shots. And then as you play around with these settings, you'll see in real time what it's doing. So we'll make this dot a little bit bigger. You can change the opacity so you can kind of fade it in if you wanted to. The outline width is that black around the white. We'll make that a bit more pronounced. And then of course you can fade in or out that outline. You can also add a blur, which I can see come handy in some situations, but for this one, no. And then we have center gap, which doesn't affect the dot crosshair, but it will affect the other ones. And then since this one is dot, the crosshair length or angle does not matter. You also have the ability to change the color. So whatever color stands out the most for you, you can go ahead and choose. For me, green seems to stand out the most. And then here we have our last setting, HUD widget size. You'll come in at default, but you can also change it to small or large. This is just affecting all the icons. So your character picture, your health bar, and then your cooldowns. I like to keep it on the small scale so it cleans up the FOV a bit. Once you're done with your crosshair, you can save as new, give it a name, and then confirm. So you can make multiple crosshair presets and then just switch between them when you need them. If you want to know the crosshair settings I was using, this is what we're working with. We're using the crosshair reticle type. We've turned the reticle animation off. The width is at 15, reticle opacity at 100, outline width is 75, outline opacity is 100, we have 0 blur, our center gap is 0, crosshair length is 20, and then crosshair angle is 0. Now if we go back to that center gap setting, you'll see the effect for this crosshair, so you can kind of customize the width that you want. Same for the crosshair length, you can supersize it if you want, and then you can even change the angle. So if you wanted an X crosshair, you can get that. And then of course, don't forget to hit that save. But now let's get into those web swinging settings. This is a setting you need to change. So in the same controller combat tab, you're going to go into all heroes. From here, pick Spider-Man. And then near the bottom, we're going to turn automatic swinging off. With this setting on, you kind of swing at the AI's discretion. So no matter where you're pointing your cursor, you're just swinging. With this setting turned off, you have full control of where you're swinging from. But this also allows you to do something pretty cool. You can now use your web as kind of a zip line. So instead of pointing it up, you can point it directly at a wall. You can use this to help chase enemies or get out of sticky situations. You can do the same for Venom as well. So once you turn automatic swing off, you can use his symbiote as a zip line and actually pinpoint where you want to swing from. Hopefully this controller setting guides for Marvel Rivals helped you out. If you want to see even more guides in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then though, we'll see ya.